Hello and welcome to M-Star training session on how to enter health details of a student. Before you start this activity, you must ensure that the student details have been entered and saved in the screen Student Personal Details. Let us see the steps to proceed with entering the health details of a student. Click on button M-Star and select Module Admission. The name of the module appears on the main screen, which means that you are now working in the admission module. Click on the button Activities and select the screen Student Health Detail. Now once the screen opens, select the current academic year, select session in which the student is admitted for whom we want to enter the health details, and click on button View. The window Admitted Student opens, showing us the names of all the students who are admitted in the selected session. From the list, select the name of the student, or you can enter the name of the student in the box below student name. It highlights the names of the students as per the entry that we make. So let us select a student. Click on the row of the student and the details of the student appears on the main screen. It is showing us the name of the student, the school admission number, the auto admission number which is generated by the application, and the current class section. You can also enter the school admission number in the field School Admission Number and press on the Enter key on the keyboard. So it starts showing us the name of the student. Let us again enter the school admission number and press on Enter. So this way you can select the name of the student for entry on the screen. First, enter the checkup date, that is the date on which the checkup is being done. This date has to be entered in day, month and year format, and data in this field has to be entered for saving the details on this screen. After entering the checkup date, now you can proceed with entering the checkup details of the student against various fields available on the screen. One by one, let us see all these fields. Weight in kgs, maximum number of characters allowed in this field are 3, and if decimals also entered, that is up to 2 decimal places, that is total 6 characters can be entered in the screen. Only numeric data can be entered and value has to be less than 180 kgs. Next field, height in centimeters. Again, maximum number of characters that can be entered in the screen are 3 along with 2 decimal places. So overall 6 characters can be entered. Only numeric data can be entered and value has to be less than 220 centimeters. Enter allergy if the child is having any. Maximum 100 characters can be entered and both alphanumeric, that is both number and text, can be entered. You can also enter special characters like comma, slash, plus and dash. These special characters are allowed across many other fields which we will be informing you about. In the next field, past or family history, you can enter any family history of health if related to the child. You can enter maximum 100 characters in this field and both text and number can be entered. Again, you can enter the 5 special characters in this screen also. In the next field, nails, enter any observation regarding nails, and in this you can enter 100 characters, both text and numbers can be entered. Again, the special characters as mentioned can be entered. In the field hair, enter any observation regarding hair. Again, 100 characters can be entered and both text and number can be entered along with the 5 special characters. Enter any skin related observation about the child. You can enter maximum 100 characters on this field and both text and number can be entered. The 5 special characters are also allowed. In the next field, anemia, enter any anemia related information for the student. Maximum 100 characters can be entered and both text and number can be entered along with the special characters mentioned earlier. Enter Any neck related information for the child. Maximum 100 characters can be entered and both text and numbers can be entered. Again, you can enter the 5 special characters in this field. In case nothing is applicable, you can enter NA as not applicable, and this can be done for all the fields as per the available data. Next, you can enter observation regarding nose of the child. Maximum 100 characters can be entered with both text and numbers allowed, and the 5 special characters can also be entered. If no comments are available, you can enter not applicable. In the next field, throat, again you can enter the throat related information of the child. 100 characters are allowed and both numbers and text can be entered. Again, the special characters as required can be entered. Next, right ear. The observation regarding the right ear, that is external or middle, can be entered in these fields. Maximum 100 characters can be entered in each field. In both the external and middle fields, both text and numbers are allowed. Again, special characters, if applicable, can be entered. In the left ear also, the same applies, and you can enter maximum 100 characters along with the special characters. In the next field, which is BP systolic, that is blood pressure systolic, enter the systolic blood pressure of the child, and in the BP diastolic, you can enter the diastolic blood pressure of the child. In both these fields, you can enter up to 4 characters, which includes decimal places, and only numbers can be allowed. Special characters are also not allowed in these 2 fields. Enter pulse of the student. Again, only numbers are available and no decimal places are allowed. Enter the lymph nodes information for the child if available, and you can enter maximum 100 characters in this field. Both text and numbers are allowed. Again, the special characters as informed earlier are also allowed in this field. Enter any observation regarding the sleep pattern of the child if available. Maximum 100 characters can be entered. Both text and numbers can be entered, and special characters are also allowed. Enter the vision details of the student in both right and left vision fields. You can enter maximum 100 characters in this field, and both numbers and text are allowed along with the special characters. In the dental status, you can enter the dental status or the observations of the student. You can enter maximum 100 characters in this field, and both text and numbers are allowed. Again, special characters are also allowed in this field. Extra oral information can be entered against the field extra oral. Again, 100 characters are available for entry in this field, and both text and numbers can be entered along with the special characters. Enter the chest information for the child. You can enter up to 6 characters in this field along with the decimals, and only numbers are allowed. In tooth cavity, if any observation is found for the student, you can enter, else you can mark it as none or not applicable or normal. You can enter maximum 100 characters in this field, and both numbers and text can be entered. Again, the special characters are also allowed in this field. In the next field, plaque, enter the plaque information for the student. If observed, maximum 100 characters can be entered, and both numbers and text can be entered. Again, special characters are allowed in this field. In the field gum inflammation, any infection or any observation regarding the gums of the student can be entered. Maximum 100 characters can be entered, and both text and numbers are allowed along with the special characters. Again, if any stains on the teeth are found, the same can be written. Maximum 100 characters are available for entry in this field, and both text and numbers can be entered. You can also enter special characters. Enter any tartar information of the student. Maximum 100 characters can be entered, and both text and numbers can be entered along with the special characters. In the next field, you can capture any bad breath information or observation for the student, and again maximum 100 characters are allowed in this field along with the special characters. Both numbers and text are allowed. Any gum bleeding information can also be entered with maximum 100 characters allowed along with the special characters, and both numbers and text can be entered. Any soft tissue observation, if found for the child, can be entered with 100 characters allowed in this field along with the special characters, and both numbers and text can be entered. If any observation regarding color of the oral cavity is to be mentioned, the same can be mentioned here. Again, maximum 100 characters are allowed with both text and number entries, and special characters can also be entered. Any teeth occlusion information, if available for the child, can be entered with maximum 100 characters allowed with both text and numbers along with the special characters. In case the student's caries for the oral cavity information is to be entered, the same can be entered in the field caries, and maximum 100 characters are allowed in this field with both text and numbers, and special characters can also be entered. In the next field BMI, which is the body mass index, you can auto calculate the BMI of the student. You can do that by clicking on calculate BMI button, and it will calculate the BMI based on the weight and height entered in the screen. So click on the button calculate BMI, and it auto calculates the BMI of the student based on the details entered. In the next field vaccination, you can enter vaccination information of the child. You can enter maximum 200 characters in this field, and both text and number can be entered along with the special characters explained earlier. Enter any general appearance information of the child if applicable and available. Maximum 100 characters can be entered in this field with both text and numbers allowed. Again, special characters can be entered in this field. Enter any respiratory system related information in the field. Maximum 100 characters can be entered, and both text and numbers can be entered along with the special characters. You can also enter the cardiovascular system information of the child. Maximum 100 characters are allowed in this field with both numbers and text along with the special characters. Any abdomen related information for the child can be entered. Again, maximum 100 characters are allowed in this field along with the special characters, and both numbers and text can be entered. The nervous system information can also be entered if it is being checked. Maximum 100 characters can be entered with both text and number allowed along with the special characters. Any other important finding regarding the child can also be entered if available with the nurse. Maximum 100 characters are allowed in this field, and both text and numbers along with the special characters can be entered. Any specific remarks, if required, can be entered in the remarks field. Maximum 100 characters can be entered, and both text and numbers can be entered along with the special characters. The medical officer's name who has done the checkup can also be entered in the medical officer's name field. Maximum 100 characters can be entered, and both text and numbers are allowed along with the special characters. Any follow-ups which needs to be done by the child can be entered in the field follow-up. Maximum 100 characters are allowed in this field along with the text and numbers and the special characters. In the field medical finding and advice, the doctor's advice can be entered in this field, and both text and numbers can be entered with maximum 100 characters allowed along with the special characters. Any specific ailment information, if required, can also be entered in the field specific ailment. Again, maximum 100 characters are allowed along with both text and number and the special characters. After entering these details relevant to the student health details, click on button Save, and the data saving confirmation message is received. click OK on the confirmation message. As you click OK, the date of the checkup also starts appearing in the section History of Checkup Date, and this becomes the record of the medical history of the student as per the medical checkup done in the school. Click on the clear button to clear the screen, and it is also now important for us to check the details that we have just entered. So select the academic year, select session and click on the view button and search for the name of the student for which we have just entered the medical details. Click on the name of the student and the details as we have just entered appears on the main screen, which means that the details have been saved successfully. Click on the clear button to clear the screen and repeat these steps to enter the health details of other students. Now let us see how to update the health details of an existing student for which we have entered the medical details. Click on the academic year and select the academic year, select session and click on the view button to display the list of all the admitted students of the selected session. Enter the name of the student to search for the same, and once the name appears in the window, click on the student name. The details as entered for the student appears on the main screen. And now if you want to update any details, click on the checkup date which is available in the history of checkup date section and then change the details as required. Click on the save button. The data saving confirmation message is displayed. Click OK on the confirmation message. To again check, you can clear the screen and reselect the student to check whether the update as we have just made has been saved properly. So selecting the student again, and we see that the details that we just updated appears as what we have entered. Click on the clear button to clear the screen and repeat these steps if you want to update the details of other students for their health checkup. Now let us see the steps to add new health checkup details for a new checkup date for a student. For this, again select the academic year, select session and click on the view button. The window displaying the list of all the students for the selected session appears in the main screen. You can enter the name of the student to search for it, and once it is searched, click on the name of the student. The details as last saved for a checkup date appears on the main screen with the highlighted checkup date in the history of checkup date section. Now to create a new checkup date for the same student, so click on the new button and the details of the last checkup date disappear from the screen. Now you can enter a new date and start entering the details as required. You can enter all the details as required on the screen. You can follow the same steps as explained while entering the fresh health details of the child and click on button save. The message comes, do you want to add the new checkup details? If you are confirmed that we want to add the new checkup date with the details as we have entered, click on button yes and the data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the same, and now you will see that in the history of checkup date section, 2 medical date checkups are available. If you click on any of the date on the checkup date, it will show the details of that checkup date for the student. Repeat these steps for other students to create new checkup dates and respective details as required. Click on the clear button to clear the screen. Now let us also see how to delete a checkup detail if entered by mistake. Select the academic year, select session and click on the view button to display the list of all the admitted students. Enter the name of the student and click on the name of the student for which the details as saved appears. If you want to delete a specific medical date checkup details, then select the medical checkup date in the section History of Checkup Date and click on button Delete on the toolbar. It will ask for the confirmation for deletion of the checkup record for the selected date. If you're sure you want to delete the checkup record for the selected date, click on button Yes and the data deletion confirmation message is received. Click OK on the same. And now you will see that only one checkup date is appearing in the History of Checkup Date section. Click on the Clear button to clear the screen, and in case required, you can repeat the steps to delete the checkup history for a checkup date of other students. Thank you for watching this video.